Okay, I've had a lot of questions on how I curl my jute. So it's really easy. I'm just gonna make a quick video. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But I'm gonna have you pointed down so you can see what I'm doing. All right. So I've got just use a little plastic container. Okay, and this one is the Betty Crocker one that you get from Dollar Tree. And it's got measurements on there, and you don't really need that much. So I always fill this up with water to the 1 cup mark, okay? And then the only other thing you're gonna need is your cornstarch to make this mixture. All right, let me get the water. Okay, so I've got my water. I just put it up to 1 cup, and I'm gonna take my cornstarch, and I am going to start with a half of a teaspoon, okay? That should be enough. It doesn't take very much, so just like that. And this might even be too much for 1 cup, but we're gonna see, okay? All right, and then what you're gonna do is just mix it up really good. And then while you're doing this, go ahead and preheat your oven to 250 because you're going to need to put your jute in the oven for like 20 minutes just to dry it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put this in the microwave, and I'm going to put it in for about a minute to start. Okay, so while that's in the microwave, what you want to do is get whatever jute or string or whatever you want to curl, okay? And then you're going to need some wooden dowels or some of these bigger, you know what these are. This always happens when I'm on camera. Skewers. Okay, so I like the bigger ones. You can use, it's going to depend on how big you want your curl. When I use those wooden skewers like that, the curl comes out like this. Okay. Sorry, my light is a little weird. I'm in my kitchen, so there's like a million lights everywhere. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Alright, so we may need to add a little bit more cornstarch. Okay, just a tad. You'll know once after a minute and it's not thick. You don't want it too thick, but just a little thick. I'm just going to add just a little bit more, not a lot. Okay. Because you want to get it to boiling, but not boiling over, okay? So after the 1 minute, you want to keep your eye on it. Now I'm going to put this in for another minute, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so this is after 2 minutes, and it looks like it's going to be thick enough, okay? So what you want to do is this time you put it back in. What you want to do is once you put it back in, watch it through your microwave if you can, and you're going to see the water start to come up a little bit. Stop your microwave right then because it'll be ready. You don't want it to boil over because you'll make a huge mess, and I've done it plenty of times, so I know. Okay, so let's get it back in the microwave for just like maybe 20-30 seconds. All right, so I don't know if you can see that, but it started bubbling. So that's where you want to stop cooking it. And then you want to stir it, and you can tell it's going to be a thick, it's not going to be too thick, but it's going to be thick. So you want to cool that off all the way, because what we're going to do is now that that's cooling off, let's just set this over here. Okay, all right, so let your mixture cool off to the point where you can stick your finger in it without it burning, okay? So while you're waiting on that, take whatever jute or string that you want to curl, okay? And we're going to kind of measure how much we're going to need because you're just going to cut it, okay? So I just kind of go like, because you're going to curl it around this once you get the mixture ready. So let's see. And I'm going to do 3. So you can't see what I'm doing. Let me fix the camera. Okay. So you just want to cut however many you're going to need. So I'm going to do 3. So I'm just going to cut 3 about the same length. And if it's too long, it's fine. If it's going to be a little bit too short, that's fine too. Don't try to be, perfect with it because it will work out. Okay? So now that you've got that, it's going to take about 30 minutes or so for the mixture to get cool enough. Get some clothespins, and I'm going to need 6 because I'm doing 3. Okay. So now we're just going to wait for the mixture to cool off. It'll be just a few minutes. Well, once the mixture cools off, it'll be about 30 minutes. So I'll be back. Alright, so I got it. It's still a little warm, but I'm able to touch it without burning my fingers. So you can also put this in the freezer for a little bit. Just please make sure you do not burn yourself on this. It can get very, very, very hot. Okay? Please, 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 and don't let any little kids come by and knock it off because it's going to be hot when it first gets done out of the microwave. Okay. So I've got my skewers here, and what you're going to do is I always start with 1 because I've made the mistake before. I was getting something that I can poke this in all the way because you want to get it all the way in there, okay? I've had it to where I've been super impatient, and I will put them all in at once and they get all tangled. So don't make that mistake. All right, so I am going to point the pointy side down, and I'm going to start up here. Make sure you get it in the solution really good. Pull it out, and what you want to do is start just dragging it down, and it'll get the excess off. So you want to start up top. Let's see if I can get this any closer to where you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Just like that. And you're going to take your clothespin or a little clip and clip it on so it's holding on. Actually, try to make sure you do use a wooden clothespin because we're going to put this in the oven for 20 minutes, okay? All right, so now that it's clipped on, I'm going to start wrapping it around. And you're just going to get it as close as you can because not touching, but the closer you get, you're going to get a really good curl. Okay, so you just get it all the way down. And see, I did not cut these long enough, but that's okay because when you take them off, you're going to cut them anyway to whatever size you need them to be. So now that you've got it all the way down, you're going to clip that end just like this, okay? And you're going to put these in the oven. So I've already got my parchment paper on my cookie sheet, okay? So we're going to do the next one. And like I said, it doesn't matter if they're long enough. You don't want them to be too short, but because you want to do as much as you can because it is it's a lengthy process when you mix everything up and then wait for it to cool off and then wrapping it and putting it in the oven. You put it in the oven for at least 20 minutes on 250. Okay, and you can do this with your ribbon as well. Like if you have like if you want to make hair ties or hair bows, you can do this with your ribbon. You're just, you know, you have to be very careful. Now I have done the cornstarch. We're doing the cornstarch now. The spray starch. This type of jute or string works better this way. And if you want to wrap your ribbon around this and you have the spray starch and then put it in the oven, that works better on the thicker ribbons, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll put this in the oven for 20 minutes and then I'll bring you guys back and show you what it looks like and how you remove it. You can't remove it any kind of way. There's a certain way you have to remove it so it doesn't mess up on you, because if you just take it out of the oven, let it cool, and just like untwirl it, it won't stay curled. So I'll show you exactly how I do it, and then it just stays curled forever, and it's so cute. I've curled so much. When I learned how to do this, I took everything that I had and I curled so much stuff. I'll bring my box in a minute and I'll show you guys what I've done, but okay. I should have cut more, but we're just gonna go with this for now. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in the oven. Like I said, it's on 250 right now. So you just put it in for 20 minutes. And that's how it's gonna dry. Make sure I get 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes. I'll bring you back when it's ready. All right. Okay, I got them out of the oven. And like, remember we just made 3 and they're nice and cooled off now. After I put them in the oven for about 20 minutes, I probably let them cool off for about 30 minutes. Maybe not that long, but they're ready. So, like I was telling you before, when you go to take these off, make sure, if you start making a lot of these, make sure that there's no residue left over on your skewer, because the jute will stick to it. Because like, I don't know if I've got one in here that I used before, but I can show you what happens sometimes. Yeah, you might not be able to see it, but you're not going to be able to see that one. I should have brought one with me, but once you take this off the skewer, it might leave a little residue. Make sure that it's clean if you reuse it to do this again, because it will stick to that residue and it won't want to come off, okay? So make sure when you're using these that they're clean. Okay, so I took the clothespin off. So what you want to do is, you see where the ending is, you just kind of want to like push it up like this and just do that until it comes off, just like that. And there you have your curled jute. Super cute. And it's going to stay like that unless you like pull it really hard and then it'll lose its shape. But isn't that so cute? I love these. Okay, so let's go ahead and get them all off. And you just be careful and just push it off. And there you have it. And you can use this with all sorts of projects. So see now, so when you go, like if you're making the bunny whiskers with these, you'll just take it and cut as much as you need for the bunny whiskers. And I told you I'd bring down my box of things that I've curled before, so let me get this all situated and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is like some bigger jute that I curled along with this one. And then this is some ribbon that I curled. It's my 4th of July ribbon. That one, like, remember how I was telling you can make like little hair clips with the ribbon? This one didn't take as good as I thought. It was just a thinner ribbon, but I mean, it made a cute curl, but you know. And then this was some more. This was some more ribbon that I curled. So it just depends on what you want to do, what kind of ribbon you want to use, but that is how I curl my jute. So I hope that you guys can make some, and I hope I made it easy enough to understand. And if you have any questions, please just let me know. And I hope that you make some. So I really enjoyed making this video for y'all. And like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.